Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak. He's Mike Brenner. We're the odds couple. We come to you from sportsbookreview.com, SBRodds.com. It's week 14 in college football. We're talking with Joe Gavazzi from winningsportsadvice.com. We're going to cover right now an interesting game, a game that you and I have not given any opinions on. I think we're both a little bit stumped by it, or it's an interesting game from a fan perspective, from a handicapping perspective. I'm not sure if there's any value, and that's Penn State and Wisconsin, right? The line has gone down a bit, actually. It's opened at Wisconsin -3, down to 2.5, and the basic deal is, for me at any rate, neither of these teams are a team that I want to bet against, right? 7 straight ATS wins for Penn State, but Wisconsin 9-2-1 against the spread overall on the year. I could make anytime I start thinking about betting on one of these teams, I look at the other one, I'm like, man, I really don't want to bet against that one. We're going to get an opinion from Joe Gavazzi, though. What do you think, Mike Brenner?
Well, you know what? And I've been thinking about this game, Pete, all week, and I think for me, the momentum and the emotion that's going on at Penn State, I think it just takes this team a little bit to another level competitive-wise. I think they really showed up last week, proved their worth, and ever since this coach, just James Franklin, it seemed like he sealed the deal as far as I'm the guy. They believe in it. The players are buying what he's selling. I would have to pick Penn State on a lean, and I don't need any points. I think they could get the outright win, and I'm leaning that way.
I understand that.
And
but
Wisconsin, though, and I'm not discounting a damn thing. My God, 9-2-1 against a spread that says, that speaks volumes. But that momentum that's going on right now, that team's believing. They were not that same team in week 2, 3, and again, they started a new offense. It took time to gel, but I can't wait to hear what Jumpin' Joe Gavazzi's got to say.
Nice points, Mike Brenner, but again, when I think about doing that, then I look at Wisconsin, I say, I don't want to bet against that team.
Exactly. It could be that 10-foot pole, Pistol.
Yes, I think so. Let's go to Joe Gavazzi from winningsportsadvice.com. Interesting game, tough lines. What do you like here, Joe?
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank both of you for not bringing up my opinion on Florida last week over Florida.
Oh, I brought it up. That was off camera, baby.
Directly in contrast with Mike's pick on Florida State. My side, Florida, very poor offensive team, injured, didn't show up. My bad, guys. Congratulations, Mike, on your solid winner with Florida State. Well, now let's get to this game with Wisconsin and Penn State. And let's be honest, the Big Ten championship happened last week when Michigan and Ohio State met in a instant classic Big Ten game. This, rather than being for one of the spots in the Final Four, is simply for the Rose Bowl. Of course, that was a big deal back in time. Now with the Final Four championship, the reality might not be such an important deal. Here we have Wisconsin and Penn State, two teams, as you guys point out, are on a roll. We have two major differences in this game, and that, in my thinking, is first and foremost experience. Wisconsin has appeared in the Big Ten championship game 4 out of 6 years. Penn State is a virgin. Yes, Penn State made a nice run through the end of the regular season, keyed solely by that win against Penn State, a marquee matchup win in which the Fumble Six turned around their entire season and quite possibly saved James Franklin's job. But Wisconsin has been doing it longer, been doing it better, especially on the defensive side of the ball, where in the last 2 years, they have a sub-15-point defense and a sub-300-yard defense. I'm going to favor experience and defense, the return of the running game with running back Clement against the Penn State team who has reached their Peter principle in simply getting to this game. Wisconsin, my selection in the Big Ten title game.
All right, there you have it. Wisconsin -2.5, and Joe Gavazzi also made a strong advice. I'm going to look at Penn State. I'm like, I don't want to bet against that team. I know. Like when, so maybe this is a 10-foot pole, but he made a great argument there.
He did, made a great argument, and that 4 out of the last 6 years, that's experience right there. Because that whole routine takes experience. Because when you're a virgin team going into that, it's going to be interesting to see. But I don't think I'm going to do a damn thing on that game except for I'm going to pull for Joe Gavazzi.
Joe Gavazzi, thanks so much for your breakdown. Wisconsin -2.5. Is Joe Gavazzi's recommended play. Tell us a little bit about winningsportsadvice.com.
My pleasure, as always, odds couple. You guys can all go to winningsportsadvice.com, click on free picks. I've analyzed all 12 of the games this week, excluding Sunbelt games. And, of course, Thursday we'll be putting up all the NFL as well. That's winningsportsadvice.com. And this has been Joe Gavazzi. Good luck out there.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
Go to SBRodds.com. Browse, compare, and shop live odds available at top online sportsbooks.